This is the plaintiff, Peggy Turchio. She says she hired the defendant to do some work cleaning her limestone, and the chemicals he used caused the stone to disintegrate and lose color. Bottom line, the defendant caused the problem and should now be responsible for fixing it, and won't. She's suing for $2,738, the cost to replace the damaged limestone. This is the defendant, Peter. He says the plaintiff had a leak in her shower, and that's why the limestone is worn away. The problem she had nothing to do with the bleach he used 8 months prior when he was hired to clean excessive mold from the bathroom floor. He feels badly for the woman, but did nothing wrong. He's accused of stoning a customer.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Peggy Turchio?
Turchio.
Okay. You are suing Peter. You've asked us not to use your last name, and his company. You've asked us not to use a company name. You're the owner, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For $2,738 in damages that you say Peter's company committed to your limestone in your home. Okay, tell me what's going on.
12 years ago, we put limestone in our home. Limestone is a very soft stone, and you have to refinish it and take care of it. So he was recommended by one of my husband's business associates. So he came in, and while he was refinishing our kitchen floor, he asked to see the rest of the limestone in our home. And he told me that we had a mold problem in our shower.
This was how long ago?
September of 2007.
September of 2007. Okay, go ahead.
So he told us what to do to it. He said to use bleach, which my husband did following his directions.
Okay, who's the person with you?
My husband, Robert Unger.
Okay, so go on.
So what happened was we used bleach on the shower, but it damaged the limestone outside the shower floor.
How did it damage the limestone? Because
limestone
you
is
can
very
use bleach
porous.
on limestone.
Excuse me?
Are you saying you can't use bleach on limestone?
No, you can't use bleach
Okay.
on limestone.
Do you have
I
any
didn't know
evidence
that.
to suggest that you can't use bleach on limestone? Do you have an expert witness's testimony? Do you have an affidavit by an expert?
No, I do not. My husband can explain.
Come on up, yeah.
Yes. He explained it as taking stuffing the drain of the shower, taking gallons and gallons of bleach, filled up the shower about 6 inches worth of bleach, and let it sit there. Well, the first time I did it, it drained out. So he said, "Oh, you didn't do a good enough job of sealing the drain."
Well, why is it sealing the drain? Don't you have like the little?
No, it's a shower. It's not a bathtub. It's just a shower.
Okay, so there's no mechanism to stop it.
That's correct.
Okay.
Just a center drain in the shower.
Okay. So how did you seal the drain the first
I
time?
stuffed a rag in it. I put this is what he told me to do. I stuffed a rag in it. I put a weight on it. I really sealed it so that the bleach wouldn't go down. And what happened is that the bleach leached through to the floor in front of the shower.
How do you know that happened?
Well, 2 days later, the floor is getting all wet from bleach. You can smell it, you can see it. Okay, and then over the course of time, the next couple of months, the floor from the bleach deteriorated.
Okay.
It started chipping away everything else.
Okay.
As soon as I realized what happened to the floor in front of the shower, we called him back right away.
Okay. Does he come out there?
Yes, he does. He came back and he tried to grind out the floor several times.
Okay.
He came back at least twice, if not a third time.
And does that work or it doesn't?
It does not work.
Okay.
Because the floor, literally the top of the floor peeled away.
Okay, do you have pictures of what you're talking
Yes, we
about?
do.
Let me see the pictures. Talk to me. Tell me what's going on.
We looked at the shower. It was awful moldy. I told them, like we told maybe 300 other people, clog up the shower drain. In fact, they live near a plumbing supply shop that they sell plugs for the drain. Plug it up, put a few gallons of bleach in it, some water in it, and call me when the mold goes away, and then we'll come back and seal up the shower.
Seal up the shower, what does that mean?
Once the mold, we can't really seal, put an impregnator into the shower.
Meaning the actual tiles, you can't put a sealant on them until the mold is gone. And she wanted a sealant on them, why? So that there wouldn't create more mold.
Because it is getting moldy, yeah.
Okay.
And the shower was showing a bit of age.
So go ahead.
They filled it up. They called me the next day to say it all leaked out, which pretty much told me that there was probably a hole in the shower pan. And then I guess about 6 months later, Rob did call me and tell me that.
What are these? Oh, can you hold on one second? What are these pictures? These are pictures of a wall. It's not the.
No, that's the floor, Your Honor.
And these are the why is the tape there? What should I be looking?
Just as a reference point for us, we were trying to showing which tiles that had to be replaced at that point.
And these have to be replaced. Why?
Because of the discoloration and the deterioration of the tile.
Did you ever come back and look at the quote discoloration?
It wasn't so much.
What they're saying, I think what you're saying is that right outside the shower pan, the several tiles that are there were lighter in color.
No.
No.
It was
Sorry,
more than
sir.
that.
They
You're
were kind of turning powdery.
Powdery.
Yeah, like almost powdery. And Rob did call me in maybe 6 months later,
Okay.
and I did go by and I sanded them smoother.
Okay.
It's a kind
What
of
would have caused them to go powdery?
It could be soup to nuts. If the shower pan was
Give me
actually
soup and nuts.
All right,
Give me,
well,
give me.
if the shower pan was actually leaking for more time than, say, for the past 3 years, it could have been getting hit by water for all that time. Limestone is a soft stone. If left outside in the rain, it will turn powdery eventually, and that's why we aim to seal the showers anyway. But so that could very well have been it. I wasn't certain. I sanded them. It went smooth. It went smooth.
Okay, but here's my question. The original plan was they're going to put Clorox in it. It's going to take away the mold, and when
Yeah.
the mold is eradicated, then you're going to come in and you're going to seal it. Did that ever happen? Did you get that call to come seal it because the
No.
mold was gone?
No.
Did you get a call the opposite way, which is, hey, listen, we can't get rid of this mold. It keeps draining?
I got the call the next day. He called me to say that all the bleach had leaked out.
And then you tell him, well, you must have a shower pan leak?
I would.
Did he tell you must have a shower pan leak?
After I saw the bleach leach up through the floor, that's when he told me there was probably a leak.
Okay. And then what you're saying is, look, Judge, if there's a discoloration of these tiles, it can be due to what?
Water.
Water from many years of shower pan leak?
Yeah. Again, 3 years ago, it's kind of hard to remember exactly. What I remember most distinctly was a couple of tile outside the shower had gone powdery.
Powdery.
Yeah, so...
And according to you, is it where did I get discoloration?
It's not discoloration.
It's not
That's the wrong
okay,
word.
wait. Hold on. It's not discoloration. It's powdery.
You have to imagine that the tile, the rest of the bathroom is quite smooth. Okay, it was like a honed tile, which is a very smooth tile, like this table. The areas that were damaged, it was like as if you took a chisel to it and chipped off some of the top of the tile, and now it's rough.
Okay, so can limestone disintegrate from just the normal wear and tear of being in a shower, or is it more likely to be a combination of, or more likely to be bleach?
Can be accelerated with bleach, just like using acetone.
Okay, fair enough. But if there's no bleach, could it still disintegrate over time?
Yes.
Of course. I mean, over time, anything can disintegrate with use. So,
Yeah, but if you've been to like Greece and places like that, those things last 2,000 years, right?
yeah, but limestone is a porous substance, rock.
Oh, yeah, well, don't get all hoity-toity on me. It's a porous substance. Oh. Well, Miss Know-It-all there, going inside the courtroom.
Why is your lawsuit $2,738 if you say that it cost you? By the way, did you ever show me what you paid to have it fixed, as opposed to two estimates?
The proposal for Emilio Enterprises is the one that was done.
And have you shown me anything that says it was paid?
They did not know.
Okay. And why are you suing for $2,738 if you're saying it cost you $1,700?
No, it was the estimate of the proposal for the work and then the cost of the tile. Emilio's
Oh,
proposal.
$1,700 was without?
That's correct. That was without material.
2,000.
To replace 8 tiles?
It was,
Yeah,
it's,
that's
you know,
the other
it's
shocking
3/4 inch thick tile. It had to be,
I mean,
had to be
cut out.
almost like
No, I
jackhammered
know,
out. Yeah.
chippy hammer, or as we call it, where I'm from, a chippy hammer. What is it really called? Because all my life, we used to call
Jackhammer.
it sheetrock. I didn't even know it was called sheetrock until I was a grown-up, because in my house we called it sheetrock. So what is it? What is a chippy hammer? Jackhammer? What? So they just call it chippy because of the noise it makes? That's what my father and my brother always. Okay, got it.
That wasn't the noise it made.
Oh my lord! All right.
And he had to cut out the
Guys, here's where my problem lies. When you come to court and you ask me to look at them and say, pay them $3 grand, I gotta know, okay, by a preponderance of the evidence that it's his fault that you have a $3 grand damage, okay? And you're the ones whose job it is to prove it to me. You have to prove it to me. Typically, someone in your position comes in and shows me some proof by showing me, you know, not just, hey, we decided we didn't like how it looked, so we paid somebody to fix it. But somebody who's willing to put their professional reputation on the line, saying, this guy's nuts, you can't do what he said to do. You can't just get the $3,000 because if it turns out that what you had was a shower leak, then you know, a shower pan leak, then you had a shower pan leak. And you have to have some kind of evidence that shows that his professional judgment on this was wrong, and I just don't see that kind of evidence. It's far more likely that this was the first time your shower was filled with anything for any amount of time, and whether it was water or Clorox or whatever else, it causes. You have to prove to me Clorox damages limestone. You can't use Clorox on limestone. Not only have I never heard that, I've always cleaned my limestone with Clorox, and every site I looked at talked about how it was okay, and you've come empty-handed on proving to me that it isn't okay. So my verdict in this case is for the defendant.
Well, the defendant and Clorox are both vindicated, so come on in here. At least he's smiling after losing the case. Step in, and what's your reaction on the verdict here?
Well, I just agree. I just disagree with the verdict. I think it's common sense that when we did the bleach and it ruined the floor, we should have been compensated for it.
Well, proving it is the big thing, because this is a courtroom.
Understood,
All
but
right.
common sense works in a courtroom too.
All right, head right down that way, and let's see if the defendant agrees with that assessment. Come on in here. Satisfied how this verdict comes out for you?
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you think happened in this case? Why are they so hard to please?
I kind of think they tried to take advantage of us. This is what we do every day, and we've bleached hundreds and hundreds of showers.
How'd they try to take advantage of you?
I think the shower pan had been leaking for years, and they probably had gotten it fixed on the $2,700 that they said of changing 8 tiles.
You think they saw an opportunity to make you pay for repairs they knew needed to be done?
$2,700 to change 8 tiles would be some of the most expensive tile in the world.
Let's go over to Harvey.
Okay, Gert, here's the thing. If you have a situation like this where you're trying to prove how something happened and it's something that you don't have knowledge of firsthand, you got to bring an expert into court. In small claims, you can at least bring a notarized statement. But if you don't have an expert, there's no way you're going to win the case.